Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Eddie here and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I also hope that you enjoyed your Thanksgiving yesterday. And for today's video we have something very special, but before we continue guys, make sure that you subscribe down below as well as hit that notification bell. And just getting right into it guys, we have none other than the Air Jordan 7 trophy room, new sheriff in town. And I have to say guys, I truly love this shoe, but for the release method I had a lot of problems. So I actually entered for the Orlando raffle, like my god brother did it for me, and he won, but unfortunately he was not able to pick up, so that was an L. And then on the trophy room website, I thought there was gonna be some type of new domain or something like that, and literally there was like barely any bot protection and just nothing, so the bots pretty much ate. I did see a lot of manual W's, but it was in bigger sizes, so for me I wear a size 8 and it just sold out so quick. I had no chance, and I'm pretty seasoned as a veteran in like doing these manual releases, so you know that was unfortunate as well. But then I actually caught a W on the sneakers app, so I was super hyped and super excited. And then 2 days went by, 3 days went by, 4 days went by, and then the next Monday after the sneakers release, Nike hit me up saying that the order was canceled. So I was super upset. I'm like, yo, I got this for retail, all of that type of stuff. So guys, with that in mind, this review was supposed to come out like 2-3 weeks ago since the original release, but because of all these hiccups, you guys are getting it now right after Thanksgiving. So apologies for that, and I hope you guys continue to watch this video because I'm gonna get into all of the details into this shoe. So as you guys can tell by the look of the shoe, it's heavily inspired by the Jordan 7 Olympic, but I also think it does have a hit of the Miros, which you can see on the pull tab, but again, I'll just get more into that later, into the details. But now getting into the history of the shoe guys, we have to start off with the box, because as you guys know with Trophy Room, there always has to be a story that's told. So when you actually look at this box, you can actually see that it's very similar to the Jordan 5 Trophy Room box, and if you guys have not seen that review, it was very early in my YouTube career, so if you want some laughs and giggles, be sure to like look at that video. So I have it linked just for you to check it out when you have time. And when we look at the back of the box, you can see that it has Michael Jordan's signature right there. Then when we look at the front, it has the Trophy Room logo. Then on the left side of the box, it just has that Trophy Room and Nike logo. Then on the right box, it has the same exact thing, but then we have the size tag right there. So it reads as Jordan 7 Retro SP, and the colorway reads as Obsidian and Metallic Gold. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a size 8, and I definitely went true to size with this Jordan 7. So if you have wide feet, I definitely recommend that you could still go true to size, because I have wide feet, and although it fits like snug, which is what I like on the sneaker, it's not like tight or anything like that. It just fits like a sock due to that thick sock liner that the Jordan 7s have. And then when you actually open the lid, you can see right by the cement print that it actually says welcome to the family, which gives a premium feel to this shoe. And then when we look at the top of the lid, you can actually see the start of the history of where this shoe has come from. But I do have a question about it, which I'll get into in a minute. So as you guys can see, it says new sheriff in town, and then it says the date, June 22nd, 1992. And then on the left hand side, you can see that it says Monte Carlo, Monaco, which is a country where they played that very special game that we're gonna get into in a second. So guys, just like the previous Trophy Room collabs, you get a card with a note of basically stating what the history of the shoe is. Now when you actually look at the back of this card, you can see that there's a basketball court, basically a representation for a whiteboard for what the coaches will write on to represent like a play that they're gonna make. And then when you look at the inside of the whiteboard, you can see that it says teams right there, and then we have the blue and white teams, and the leaders were on top of each team. So on the blue team, number 15 was Magic Johnson, and then on the white team, number 9 was Michael Jordan. And that's gonna conclude that. And then we get like some extra wax tissue paper, which I think is pretty dope. It was really hard for me to catch this on the B-roll, but there were some details with the sheriff star on it, Michael Jordan's signature, as well as the Jumpman. Finally, to conclude the history of this, you can actually see that we have the box right here, and it pretty much represents the hardwood floor. And that's pretty much gonna conclude the history of it, guys. One thing I do have like a question about is the fact that it does say June 22nd, 1992 for the scrimmage game that they played, which was the game that we never saw. However, when you look it up, it says that it was played on July 22nd, 1992. So I could be wrong on that information. Maybe like ESPN is off on that, but that's what it shows. So maybe there was a 3-letter mistake that they made during production, and instead of having July 22nd, they put June 22nd. And for me, it's not a big deal. It's personally not gonna break the shoe for me. I think the shoe is well crafted, it's beautifully done, and the materials are just super premium. But if that was an error, like, I don't know, it kind of got swept under the rug. So that's just something to note right there. So now, let's get into the details of this super beautiful shoe, guys. I mean, I totally love it. It's super fire, and yeah, it's is just up there for me. It's definitely one of the best Jordan 7s I've seen in a while. So now guys, we're starting off with the toe box of the shoe. You can see that we have this red suede right here, and it's very soft to the touch. Then when we move up towards the shoe, you can see that we have this mesh tongue, which is exactly the same as the Olympic Jordan 7 tongue. And then when we look at the top of that tongue, you can see we have the Air Jordan and that kind of, it's not like metallic, but this kind of like plastic embedded logo right there, which is really nice. And then when we look at the laces right here, you can see that we have it in this navy blue colorway, but what's more premium about it is the fact that it does come with gold tips, which I think is really dope. But then when we also focus on the eyelets, it does have that kind of gold hit to it too, which I think is really dope. But it does come with more laces, so we do get an extra pair of red laces right here with the same red tips. And then we have this kind of like off-white creamish lace. Then when we go into the lateral side of the shoe, you can see that we have multiple panels right here. So again, you can see we have more of that nice red suede right there. But then we have an even hairier suede. It's a little rougher than the red one, but it's still really beautiful. It's very premium, and it just feels really good to the touch as well. And I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but you can see like that hairiness all over the shoe. So it adds a little pop, which is really interesting. I don't think that was intended. And then when we look at this ankle area, you can see that we have this kind of gold aluminum or alloy material that represents the Jordan Jumpman logo right there, which is pretty clean. And then wrapped around that is that red nice hairy suede. Something else to know, which I don't know if is going to become a standard for future Jordan trophy room releases, but we do have that Michael Jordan signature right here on the lateral side as well, which is very similar to how the Air Jordan 1 trophy rooms had it as well. And then when we go into the back heel area now guys, you can see where it takes notes from the Air Jordan 7 Miro. So you can see this colorful pull tab right here, which basically represents the ribbon of the gold medal that the Dream Team won that year at Barcelona. And then we have this golden logo right here in that alloy material, which represents Jordan's number. So it does say number 9 on this shoe. And then one more thing to note guys is when we actually look inside the shoe, you can see this detail on the ankle area that says June 22nd, 1992. And you guys already heard my comment earlier about that. And then we also have the new sheriff in town, which is what Jordan told Magic Johnson and all the old heads in the Dream Team. And then when we actually look at the insole of the shoe, you can see that we have, this is like a polyurethane. It's definitely not leather, but you know, it's a comfortable fitting insole. And then it has that kind of Barcelona Olympic hit to it. And then when you actually look at the crest of the shoe, it says the greatest game ever played, Monte Carlo. So I think that's just a beautiful detail right there. So then when we look at the midsole of the shoe, this also takes note from the Air Jordan 7 Olympic, but instead of being an all white midsole, I think this has more of a cream hit to it. And then we have those navy blue hits as well as like the mountain cuts of the red and gold, which again represents that Air Jordan 7 Olympic. Then when we go onto the outsole of the shoe, literally the same exact thing as the Air Jordan 7 Olympic, other than the fact that this Jumpman logo is white on the Olympic pair and on this pair it's gold. I guess to more so represent the fact that they did win that Olympic gold medal, which I think is super, super clean, man. And now let's just get right into the left shoe because, you know, for the most part, the same thing pretty much follows suit, but we do have that kind of off-white cream lace. So guys, let me know what you think about this lace combination in the comment section down below. And again, I think the lace combination is just super fire. You definitely can't go wrong with the white or off-white color, whatever this is, and the navy blue laces with the gold tips. The shoe just looks super clean and it just goes with both combinations. But some of the differences other than the laces of the shoe is the fact that when you actually go onto the back heel area now, you can see that instead of having that Jordan 9 Olympic number logo, we do have the trophy room logo. And overall guys, I definitely rate this shoe about like a 9.5 out of 10. It's a super good shoe. And one last detail to note guys is that the insole of this shoe is actually different. I mean, the colorway on it is the same, but we do have this trophy room logo right here, and it does say welcome to the family 1992. And that's pretty much it guys. That's gonna conclude the overall history and the details of the shoe. So now let's get right into this on full look, all right? Y'all, so that's gonna conclude the review as well as the on for look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for y'all. Guys, I have to say that this Air Jordan 7 trophy room is definitely one of the top releases that Marcus Jordan has ever done. I definitely put it up there with the 1s and the 5s, and the other releases, you know, I'm cool off of. But again guys, with this weather, you would think it's freezing cold, but if you look down, I'm actually in shorts right now because somehow the weather is like pretty decent. So I definitely did this for y'all, and again, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. So other than that, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family and all that, and just keep doing what y'all doing to help push the YouTube algorithms and help my channel grow. And other than that, y'all, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.